Ever feel like you're running on a treadmill, constantly putting in effort, pushing yourself to the limit, but ultimately staying in the same place? It's a frustrating feeling, that sense of expending energy without making any real progress. You're working hard, but the needle isn't moving. Busy all day, juggling tasks, attending meetings, answering emails, but getting nowhere? The to-do list never seems to shrink, and the important projects keep getting pushed to the back burner. You're caught in a whirlwind of activity, but the meaningful accomplishments are few and far between. You wake up early, determined to make the most of the day. You set your intentions, visualize your goals, and prepare to tackle the challenges ahead. The early morning hours feel productive, full of promise and potential. You listen to podcasts, absorbing information, and seeking inspiration from experts and thought leaders. You fill your mind with new ideas and strategies, hoping to find the key to unlocking your full potential. You read self-help books, highlighting passages and taking notes, searching for the secrets to success and happiness. You immerse yourself in motivational stories and practical advice, hoping to transform your life and achieve your dreams. You plan your day meticulously, scheduling every task and appointment, trying to optimize your time and maximize your productivity. You create detailed to-do lists and prioritize your activities, hoping to stay on track and accomplish everything you set out to do. And follow all the rules. You adhere to best practices, implement proven strategies, and strive to do everything right, believing that following the prescribed path will lead to the desired outcome. Yet by night, you're right where you started. The same challenges, the same frustrations, the same feeling of being stuck. Despite all your efforts, you haven't made the progress you hoped for. Exhausted, but unchanged. The day has taken its toll, leaving you drained and discouraged. You question your abilities, your strategies, and your path, wondering if you'll ever break free from this cycle. This is the self-help treadmill, a relentless pursuit of knowledge and strategies without the consistent application that leads to real change. It's a cycle of learning and planning, but never truly doing. Constantly learning about improvement, but never actually improving. You accumulate information, but fail to translate it into meaningful action. The books pile up, the courses remain unfinished, and the potential for transformation remains untapped. You know the theories, you understand the concepts, you can articulate the principles of success. You can discuss the importance of habits, mindset, and productivity with great clarity, but your habits stay the same. Despite your knowledge, your daily routines remain unchanged, perpetuating the same patterns and producing the same results. The gap between knowing and doing remains wide. The problem isn't motivation. You're not lacking the desire to improve or the enthusiasm to pursue your goals. You're genuinely committed to making a change and creating a better life for yourself. It's that you've become a professional learner, not a consistent doer. You've become adept at acquiring knowledge, but you haven't mastered the art of implementation. You're a student of self-improvement, but not yet a practitioner. Gathering advice feels productive. It gives you a sense of control and progress. You feel like you're actively working towards your goals, even if you're just passively consuming information. But without action, it's just procrastination. It's a way of avoiding the discomfort and uncertainty of taking real steps towards your goals. It's a form of intellectual busywork that keeps you from facing your fears and pushing your boundaries. The more you search for the perfect advice, the more you believe that the answer lies just beyond your reach, in the next book, the next course, the next guru. The more stuck you become. You get caught in a cycle of seeking and searching, never truly committing to a path and seeing it through. The endless pursuit of the perfect solution becomes a trap. Real progress isn't about finding the right book or guru. It's not about discovering the one-size-fits-all solution that will magically transform your life. It's about building a system that works for you, a personalized approach that takes into account your unique strengths, weaknesses, and circumstances, one that fits your unique life, a system that aligns with your values, your goals, and your individual needs, a system that is sustainable, adaptable, and designed to help you thrive. Stop searching for external answers. Stop relying on others to provide the solutions you seek. The answers you need are already within you. Start looking inward. Take the time to understand yourself, your motivations, and your limiting beliefs. Explore your inner landscape and discover the resources you already possess. Step off the treadmill. Break free from the cycle of endless learning and start taking action. Take small, deliberate steps forward. Focus on consistent progress, not instant perfection. Each small action builds momentum and creates a sense of accomplishment. Growth isn't found in a book. It's not a passive process of absorbing information. It's built by you, one action at a time. It's an active process of experimentation, learning, and adaptation. It's about taking ownership of your journey and creating the life you desire. Relying on outside advice feels safe, like following a proven map. But when you always look outward, you stop trusting your own judgment. You ignore your gut, dismiss your ideas, and become a passenger in your own life. This habit stalls your growth and weakens your problem-solving skills. Life's challenges rarely have a chapter in a book. Too much advice leads to analysis paralysis. Conflicting tips leave you stuck. The truth? Many paths work. The key is to pick one, start walking, and adjust as you go. Trust yourself to find your way. The self-help industry is a booming business, promising to unlock your potential and guide you to a better life. It offers a plethora of books, courses, and seminars, all designed to provide answers and strategies for navigating life's challenges. Thrives on offering solutions for everything, from relationships and career advancement to personal happiness and financial freedom. It presents a tempting proposition, a shortcut to success and fulfillment. But constantly consuming advice while seemingly productive can become a bad habit, a form of intellectual procrastination that keeps you stuck in a cycle of learning without doing. It becomes a crutch, one that replaces action, preventing you from taking the necessary steps to achieve your goals. You find yourself endlessly preparing, gathering information, and making plans, but never actually launching. Reading about success, absorbing the strategies and tactics of high achievers, isn't the same as doing the work. Knowledge without application is just potential energy, never realized. You get a dopamine hit from learning, from the feeling of progress and understanding, but avoid the discomfort of real effort, the challenges and setbacks that are essential for growth. Generic advice often fails because it's designed for a broad audience, because it ignores your unique context, your specific circumstances, and your individual strengths and weaknesses. When it doesn't work, when the prescribed solutions don't yield the desired results, you blame yourself, damaging your confidence and reinforcing the belief that you're somehow inadequate. True growth isn't about copying others, blindly following their strategies and mimicking their success. It's about learning from your own experience, understanding your own patterns, and developing your own unique approach. The most valuable lessons come not from books or gurus, but from trial and error, from experimenting, failing, and learning from your mistakes, and reflection, from taking the time to analyze your experiences and extract meaningful insights. Don't let advice disconnect you from the real world, from the challenges and opportunities that are right in front of you, from your journey. Embrace the unknown, trust your instincts, and pave your own way. Become your own best teacher, your own best guide, and your own best source of wisdom. I used to be the quintessential self-improvement student. I devoured every book, highlighted every passage, and took copious notes, always searching for that one piece of advice that would unlock my potential. I thought that if I just consumed enough information, I would eventually stumble upon the perfect formula for success. Books became my constant companions. Podcasts filled every spare moment, and planners became intricate maps of my aspirations, meticulously detailed, yet somehow leading nowhere. All of it consumed my time and energy. But despite all the effort, all the studying, my goals remained stubbornly out of reach. Like distant stars I could admire but never touch. I was stuck in a cycle of learning without ever truly doing. One morning, completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of advice I had accumulated, feeling paralyzed by the pressure to implement it all perfectly, I paused, took a deep breath, and asked myself a simple question. What's one tiny thing I can do right now, in this moment, to move forward, even just a little bit? The answer that came was surprisingly small. Write a single paragraph for my business's website. Just one paragraph. It wasn't a grand, sweeping gesture, but it was a real, tangible action, something I could accomplish in a short amount of time. And that small step, that single paragraph, sparked an unexpected momentum, a chain reaction of productivity. Before I knew it, I had finished a rough draft in just under an hour. It wasn't perfect, far from it, but it was progress, a tangible step forward. That day, I learned a profound lesson, that real progress comes not from perfect plans or endless preparation, but from imperfect action, from taking that first step even when you don't know exactly where it will lead. I finally stopped searching for all the answers in external sources and started creating them myself through trial and error, through doing. My focus shifted dramatically from what does the book say I should do to what will I do right now with what I have to move closer to my goals. That was the true beginning of self-reliance, the moment I realized that I had the power to shape my own destiny. Real growth, lasting growth, began the moment I stopped waiting and started acting. The journey isn't just about accumulating knowledge. It's built step by step, action, by doing, not just endlessly learning. Self-reliance isn't about isolation or refusing help. It's about ownership, taking responsibility for your choices and growth. You can learn from others, but you filter advice through your own understanding. Like a chef using a recipe for inspiration, you adapt it to your taste. True self-reliance is empowering. You're the CEO of your life. Seek knowledge, but don't depend on it. Build self-trust and self-awareness. The ultimate power to change your life is within you. Self-reliance fuels real growth by strengthening 5 key skills. First, self-awareness. You learn what truly motivates you. Second, personal goal setting. Your goals reflect your values, not someone else's. Third, problem solving. You tackle challenges by experimenting and learning. Fourth, resilience. Mistakes become data, not defeat. Fifth, confidence. You trust yourself because you've overcome obstacles before. These pillars support lasting progress. You're not chasing someone else's dream, you're building your own. Each challenge is a chance to grow. Resilience and confidence grow with every step. Your foundation is real-world evidence, not external praise. Self-reliance makes you adaptable and strong. You become unstoppable. Self-reliance transforms more than your productivity. It changes your entire experience of life. You stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating your own opportunities. Anxiety fades as you trust your internal compass. You're no longer tossed by conflicting advice. Uncertainty remains, but you have a trusted guide, yourself. Every experience becomes a lesson, not a test. You see setbacks as opportunities to learn. You become the author of your story, not just an actor in someone else's script. Your life reflects your choices and values. The reward isn't just achievement, it's the satisfaction of living a life you've built. That's true transformation. Becoming self-reliant starts small, not with a leap, but a single step. Don't ditch all advice, just practice trusting your own voice. Next time you face a decision, pause before seeking outside input. Try solving it yourself, even if it's just organizing your afternoon. Start a decision journal. Record one choice you made on your own each day. Reflect on why you made it and what happened. These small acts build self-trust. Begin with low-stakes areas, your routine, hobbies, or small projects. Each small win is a deposit in your confidence bank. Over time, self-reliance grows, and so do you. Personal growth isn't about searching outward, it's about discovering your own power. Advice and mentors can inspire, but they can't do the work for you. The real transformation happens when you act on your own ideas. Embracing self-reliance is trusting your experience as wisdom. You won't always be right, but you'll always be learning. You are the agent of your own life. Turn inward. Listen to your intuition. Trust that you can solve your own problems. The secret to your growth isn't in the next book or podcast. It's been inside you all along.